Our main topics of the show today are two planned, one that I did not realize was going to be such a big conversation, but we opened the show with a look at the positions of need for the Philadelphia Eagles. Where do you look at it and say, okay, this is where they need to focus their efforts going forward to continue to build out this roster? John then gave us a scenario with three guys on the defensive side of the ball up for extensions, in Reed Blankenship, Jordan Davis, and Nakobe Dean. Where do you put your most faith in giving out an extension? Would you give any of those guys extensions right now? And if so, who is top of the list? And then our third conversation that has taken over the last hour or so of the show has been a breakdown of the coaching hierarchy in the city. Now, we all have the same ranking, but how far apart those coaches are in the ranking has varied heavily between myself and John and Brendan Gunn. I've got Nick Sirianni 1, Rob Thompson 2, John Tortorella 3, and Nick Nurse 4. And John and Brendan are on board with that. But where we determine how those guys get to those spots is very, very different. And that's been interesting. So we've been discussing all of that throughout the show. You can chime in on those topics at 610-632-0975. It has been a spirited day here for a Friday where really the only thing going on Major League sports-wise right now is the NCAA tournament. We haven't even touched on it. We've got a lot of stuff still here in Philadelphia that is keeping our attention as we wait with bated breath for opening day coming your way this Thursday. So, something else that we were waiting for very, very patiently and interestingly is today's headlines with Brendan Gunn.
Today's headlines with the one and only Brendan Gunn.
Yes, and it is brought to you by the one and only Lundy Law. For over 70 years, Lundy Law has been fighting for injured people. If you need them, remember the name Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Visit LundyLaw.com. That's LundyLaw.com. And one of those names we brought up earlier in the show, a matter of fact, last segment, Darius Slay. He was on a podcast last week or so, and he made his quarterback rankings. A lot of people in the city weren't too happy with him. And then Devontae Smith appeared on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, Carmelo Anthony's podcast last night. And he discussed it himself, and here were his rankings.
I mean, Slay said, the big four. For me, it's the big five. And, Jalen is in that five. With the four that he named, and then I'm putting Jalen in there. That to me, that's the big five. I don't think it's a big four. I think it's a big five, honestly.
That's how you handle stuff in the media when you're on the same team.
Is it a problem that Devontae Smith didn't have Jalen Hurts at 1, 610, 63? No, I mean, it's crazy to not have Hurts in that conversation for us. It's crazier to not have him in that conversation if you played with him or still play on the team. So I like what Devontae did there defending his quarterback.
He also had a lot of funny things to say on that podcast. I suggest checking it out.
We're going to have to go back and listen to that. Carmelo Anthony podcast. How is he as a podcast host?
Yeah,
pretty good?
He was all right. He was decent, but Devontae Smith was really good on it.
A lot of these NBA podcasts are terrible. Like, just as far as I hear the kids do it at school, at Temple, and they could help these guys out a lot.
It's pretty
They're
funny.
just rambling.
He also had a tidbit in there. He said Saquon Barkley, when he gets going, he starts barking in the huddle, like a dog, saying, give me the ball. Yes,
let's go.
Just like that.
Well, I guess
Let
the dogs take over.
Dogs got to eat.
They're all dogs.
I love that. Saquon is just the best, man.
Saquon Barkley's energy is relentless.
And Devontae doesn't get enough credit for how funny he is.
Yeah, he was funny on that podcast.
He's
funny.
Quiet a lot in the game, but
on the field, he looks like it's nothing moves him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Methodical. It's unbelievable.
All right, time to change the music for our daily March Madness update yesterday.
Yeah.
We had a couple of upsets. McNeese State went down, took down Clemson. Clemson fought back in that, but Amir Khan and his guys out there, if you have not seen that viral guy,
I have an issue with McNeese State. Stop it real quick. Keep playing the music, but I have an issue with McNeese State.
Is it the stupid boombox?
No.
You don't like that?
I like it a lot. But we need more information on this before I build my bracket. If I had seen that video of them walking down the tunnel with the boombox, all rapping that
automatic
song,
win.
They're going to the Final Four. I would never pick Clemson to beat that team. What are we doing? I need this information first. Someone's got to let me know they have the coolest student manager in the game.
Yeah, we do need that. And then
Shout out
Will
Amir
Wade,
Khan.
McNeese's coach, Villanova made the tournament after the fact because he mentioned them in his post-game press conference. A little shot at them. We also have Coach Cal and Rick Pitino matching up in the second round. What's your favorite thing from day one of the tournament, and what are you looking forward to today?
I mean, that's awesome. The Calipari-Pitino matchup.
I'm going to need a shower after watching that. Watching those two go at it.
I mean, they're
two of the slimiest individuals ever on a sideline.
I don't care remotely about that right now.
The basketball will be fun as hell.
That's all I care about.
Absolutely.
I'm not thinking about if these guys are like nice dudes or not. I'm thinking Rick Pitino and Cal
good.
with
I'm
the
glad you're not
history that
doing
they
that.
have.
Yes.
Like I'm looking at that game as the most intriguing game of the second round to me.
And Connor, you went on a little bit of a heater yesterday on the betting. Won some money.
Yeah, I went 70% on my early tournament picks when it comes to the betting. I'll tell you who's not on a heater to give you a little Fanatic in-house bracket update because this will come out as the results come in. Last place right now. Producer of the Midday Show, Ray Dunn.
That's shocking because he knows more about college basketball than almost every single person on the list.
Yeah, he works
and
it.
it's not even close.
It just shows you people shoot in the dark on this thing, even if you know what you're talking about.
Well, no, Ray may have tried to outsmart the room.
That's also possible.
We'll get an explanation from him.
All right, back to our regularly scheduled program back here. We're wrapping up with the replay.
Where are you looking right now for the Birds as far as biggest need?
Am I crazy for thinking they still not? It's not the biggest need, but the edge rusher position, they filled it with some one-year guys, Josh Uche, Azeez Ojulari. But I think we still need an all-time, not an all-time great, but a premier guy at that spot. You're talking about a top 3 most important position in sports. I can't get off the fact that right now, Nolan Smith, I like what I saw the second half of last season. Jalen Hunt showed some promise in the postseason. But who's that guy you can count on for years and years and years and not just the Band-Aid fix?
Let me ask you something. Who's the best edge rusher? The first one that comes to your mind that played with Aaron Donald in his career in L.A.?
That's a great point.
You're going Von Miller?
Well, I mean, Von Miller was there for like a cup of coffee.
Yeah, Von Miller was there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point.
Get them a Super Bowl.
You can't necessarily think of one.
But that's the thing.
No, I'm saying
you didn't have this standard top-level edge rusher because he made the middle so dominant you didn't have to. Jalen Carter may just be that guy. I don't think they need to do more on the edge. I think they will do more on the edge. But I think ultimately what we see Jalen Carter become is going to be the calling card of that pass rush, and that lets you get away with less talent at the edge rusher position. It's going to have to be because you're going to pay him all the money in the world.
It has to be. But I believe that, like, he needed somebody to commit. They needed a Von Miller to come in there and help.
Yeah, and
get them over the top.
The Eagles could still do that.
The Eagles have already gotten over the top with guys that got that done.
But they all.
Thank you so much for checking out our content on the 97.5 The Fanatic YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, you can always be checking the playlist. There may be something you missed from one of our shows during the day that you want to go back and check out. So every time you like a video, like it. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll have that great content coming to you every single day. You're greatly appreciated.